Hey guys, I want you to think about something. I think it was 2005, but I'm guessing, so I could be wrong. It might have been 2006, but let's just say it was 2005. Stephen Avery was arrested and he was put on trial and he was convicted of murder. And there were a couple of filmmakers who were following his defense team around and digging into the case really well, right from the start, and interviewing the family members and everything. And they made a docudrama. I was trying to think when that came out. Was it December of 2015? Has it been that long already? Well, they made a docudrama. Now, even though Stephen Avery was convicted and he's in prison, they made a docudrama and Netflix aired the docudrama. I think it was a 10-part series. And they're like totally swimming against the tide, right? As far as the evidence and everything, but they are claiming that there could very well be an innocent man behind bars. And there are a whole lot of people talking about it, aren't there? All across social media. And that's okay. I want you to think about something else, In 1996, June 6th, actually, of 1996, Darlie Routier dialed 911 and reported that her children, two of her children, had been fatally stabbed. She was convicted of capital murder and she was sent to death row. And ever since, Darlie was sent to death row, and even before, there have been fundraisers, there have been docudramas, there have been many times that the spotlight has been shining right on that case. Well, people across the world insist that Darlie is innocent. Now she's behind bars and she's convicted. And in fact, in both cases, in the Avery case and in the Routier case, in both cases, they had top-notch defense lawyers, highly skilled, very professional, experienced defense lawyers. Evidence came out at their trials. They had opportunities to present evidence to defend themselves. The evidence was heard, and they were convicted. And yet there are so many people discussing whether or not they could be innocent, right? There are so many people absolutely believing in their innocence. And they're discussing it on social media in the true crime community where we discuss true crime cases. And like I said before, that's okay, isn't it? Well, in the case of Christopher Watts, his case didn't go to trial. We haven't seen all of the evidence in the case, have we? Because he never had a trial. So there are many of us discussing this case. And I'm just here to tell you guys, it's okay. We have the right to discuss this true crime case that was in the headline news on the public stage with details all over the internet for us to read and to watch the videos. So many details on this case were released, but there are still unanswered questions, aren't there? Yes, we have the right to discuss this case because this case is on the public stage. And the people who are attacking us do not have the right to attack us. They do not have the right to say our names. They do not have the right to dox us, to harass us, to stalk us, to slander us. They do not have the right simply because we are discussing true crime cases on social media, that does not put us on the public stage. Oh, well, Mensa, she writes books, so that puts her on the public stage. No, it doesn't. Do you know any other author who has been subjected to the shit that the scumbag attackers have been throwing our way? Of course not. Yes, we have the right to discuss this case in the same way that the literally millions of people who are discussing the Avery case and the Root Tier case have the right to discuss those cases too. And let me tell you, it's a pretty sad day when we have to defend ourselves over and over again on a daily basis from a bunch of thug criminals who are evidently trying to rake in some quick cash off the deaths of 2 innocent children who deserved to be safe in their own home. It's a pretty sad day when we have to deal with those morons simply to be able to freely discuss a true crime case on social media. But I'm here to tell you, I've been standing up to those morons for 12 months straight, and I welcome you to stand right beside me.